Welcome back to DarkScript, and in this module we're going to learn about expansion slots on the motherboard and how we can use them to upgrade our hardware without having to buy a whole new computer. Expansion slots are connectors or ports on the motherboard which allow us to expand its functionalities, such as adding more memory, installing a graphics card, or adding a wireless adapter. Many functionalities that are not included in the default motherboard specifications become available thanks to the expansion slots. For example, if we purchase a computer with a generic graphics card and wish to improve our gaming experience, we might want to upgrade to a new GeForce 1000 or 2000 series adapter. Those adapters can be inserted into the PCIe slots, which are expansion slots. The first type of expansion slot is the ISA. ISA stands for Industry Standard Architecture. It was developed by IBM and used in the 80s for different proprietary peripheral devices manufactured by IBM, such as sound and video cards and network adapters. ISA has been supported in 8-bit and 16-bit architectures and is now obsolete. Next we have EISA. EISA stands for Extended Industry Standard Architecture, and as you can guess, this is the improvement of ISA. It was introduced in the late 80s mainly for Pentium 386 and 486 PCs. EISA supported a 32-bit architecture and had quite similar functions as the ISA standard, but also supported the addition of SCSI devices, such as SCSI host adapters, tape drives, scanners, CD-ROM drives, and hard disk drives. The next standard is PCIe. PCIe stands for Peripheral Component Interconnect. It was developed by Intel in the early 90s and supports both 32-bit and 64-bit architectures. Similar to ISA and EISA, PCI supports the addition of sound and video cards, network adapters, and also old modem devices. PCI slots are still available on some computers but have been superseded by PCIe or PCI Express slots in the early 2000s. Next, let's talk about the most popular standard for expansion slots, PCIe or PCI Express. PCIe stands for Peripheral Component Interconnect Express and was created and introduced by Intel, Dell, HP, and IBM in 2003. PCI Express is by far the most common expansion standard for adding new cards to your PC, and it is globally supported by a wide range of modern products, such as sound cards, graphics cards, network adapters, RAM memory, and hard drive controllers. On the right, you can review the different versions of PCIe and how they differ from each other in their bandwidth, gigatransfers, and frequency. PCIe has 6 versions, and as you can see on the right, their main differences are their speed limits, which are calculated in gigabytes per second, gigatransfers, and gigahertz. The next standard is AGP. AGP stands for Accelerated Graphics Port and serves as a dedicated connector for video adapters or graphics cards and 3D accelerators. It was first introduced by Intel in 1997 and operates in 32-bit channel. Just like PCIe, AGP is still supported on some computer platforms but has been superseded by PCIe. The next standard is AMR. AMR stands for Audio or Modem Riser and was used in the late 90s to allow manufacturers to create cards that have either the functionality of audio or modem or both functionalities embedded on the same card. This standard is obsolete as well. The next one is CNR. CNR stands for Communication and Network Riser, and it was introduced by Intel in the early 2000s to support audio, modem, USB, and network interfaces. CNR has been replaced by the PCI and PCIe standards.